Yo, so we're all victims, we're all privileged. So what? So effing what? Get over it. So we're all victims, right? One way or another. Just off the fact alone that we're born into a world that we did not ask for, we didn't sign up for. Just the actual physical act of being born is traumatic. We're all victims in some way, shape, or form. We're all oppressed by the government, by the system. We've all had trauma in our life, from our parents, even the people who you would say had the best kind of upbringing, loving parents who nurture their emotions and their thoughts mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of that good stuff, right? Those children will still grow up and find flaws in something that their parents did, even just something that they said at one point, one thing that could have traumatized them. Because the truth is, we are fragile as children. No matter what, we are susceptible to being hurt, to being traumatized, to being victims, emotional, mental, physical. Everybody, to some degree, is a victim. So what? I mean, that just by process of default elimination, if we're all victims in life, then no one is, because we ain't gonna play the victim Olympics. Oh yeah, but I've faced more trauma and suffering and my victimhood is greater than yours. Shut up with that nonsense. What does that do for you? Makes you feel good about yourself? You're at least you're the greatest at something. You're the greatest victim in the world. Congratulations. That's whack. So now that we've established that, we're all victims, so no one really is a victim, right? And even if we are victims. Look, I was a victim of the war on drugs, of the injustice system in the US, of the government. So what? I'm not gonna let that define me. That does not define me. That does not mean I'm going to live in that victimhood. I reject it. Maybe, yes, in one hand, I was victimized. Here's the difference. I was victimized, but I'm not a victim because I reject that victim mentality. I'm a warrior. I'm a champion because I overcame all of that shit. I still succeeded. I still live my best life in spite of everything against me. I'm no damn victim, even though I was victimized, and neither should y'all be, because we have all been victimized to one degree or another, and it's all relative, it's all subjective. We ain't gonna sit up here and play these games. Oh, well, my victim, like I said, F that, scrap that. Get over it. Be stronger because of it. Succeed in spite of it. And now, the next part, we're all privileged. All of us have privilege because, again, it's relative, it's subjective. We all have some privilege, and there's no way to measure it really or to account for it. We all have some form of privilege: skinny privilege, fat privilege, swole privilege, woman privilege, man privilege, white privilege, black privilege. Who cares? Oh, but Diesel, there's systemic privilege. White cis male men have the systemic privilege. White privilege is systemic, Diesel. Shut up. Shut up. Systemically, the only people that have privilege, listen to me clearly, get this through your head. Systemically, there is only privilege for one group of people. The smallest percentage of people, the 1%, the super elite, wealthy, not elite, elitist. There's a difference. I don't say elite because they are not elite, but they're elitist because they think they are elitist. They are snobs. They're superiorists. They're not elite, they're elitist. There's a difference. Those are the only ones with true systemic privilege. Those are the only ones that can do anything that they want. All the rest of us have we have these little illusions of privilege that we just try to scrap for. Again, you're just fighting over crumbs. We're all peasants to them. And we want to sit here and fight about, oh, this privilege and that privilege. We all have privilege to some degree. Some of us were born with great parents that gave us, great loving parents that gave us a privilege. Some of us didn't have those kind of parents, but guess what? That was a privilege because it strengthened us and it made us who we are. It's all subjective. It's all relative. Stop it. Get over it. We're all victims. We all have privilege. The playing field is even for all of us. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. All right? The only ones with the real privilege are the 1%. And instead of us fighting and bickering, I'm the biggest victim. Oh, you have the most privilege. We need to focus on fighting them. Fighting the system. Uniting together. Because we're all in the same damn boat. And the boat is sinking, and we're arguing about where the biggest holes are in the fucking boat. Get over it. We can all unite on the common ground that we're all in the 99%. We need to bring that back. Yo, that was lost. Like, it's wild. The liberals started that whole Occupy, the left, right? Now look at where the left is at. Insane. The right ain't no better, don't get me wrong. But we need to bring that back. We need to remind people it's the 1% and we're the 99%. It's a big club. They have all the privilege and you ain't in it. The rest of us are all victims and we all have these little privileges here and there that don't really mean anything. That's it. We're all victims. We all have privilege. Get over it. Make the best of it. Let's unite. Put all this petty BS aside and focus on what really matters. Is our ultimate freedom from the system, from oppression, focusing on our natural rights, our God-given universal rights based on natural law, universal law. That's it. I'm not gonna get into all of that this video, but stick with it, subscribe, and I'll be getting into all of that. Freedom Fridays and whatnot. All right, y'all? Get big on them. Let's go. We ain't no victims around here. All right? We all got privilege. You know what our privilege is? We warriors. We warriors. We freedom fighters. Our privilege is right here in our minds, in our spirits. Let's go, y'all. Come on.